Hey, AfterBuzzers, you are tuning in for the almost season finale of Scorpion. And guess what? We have Ari Stidham in, so you shouldn't go anywhere. You should just sit right there. Don't go.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AfterBuzz TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
Yes! Here we are, AfterBuzz Studios. Yes! Tuning in.
Dabbing out.
Dabbing out.
Dab.
Dabbing. Is that from actually dabbing? Does that mean you're coughing? Is that what that is?
No.
No? I'm so not hip when it comes to this dab thing.
I'm really not hip when it comes to any dance moves or anything.
Life?
I just think it's really funny that like the vampire cough turned into the new thing.
The
that people
vampire
do.
cough.
I get so confused when I see kids doing the dab. I'm like, what exactly does that mean? Listen, I know the sprinkler and all that stuff, but the dab, that confuses me so much. Hi, everybody. Welcome to AfterBuzz TV. I'm one of your co-hosts today, Monse Bolanos. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Monse Bolanos, MonseBolanos. And today, I not only have the beautiful Susannah Kim. Susannah, say hi.
Hi. And you guys can find me at Susannah _Kim, SUSANNAH_KIM. Y'all know.
But look who's next to her. Look at this. Are you kidding? You guys, Ari Stidham is here. Yay!
Hi. Pronounced Stidham, spelled Stidham. Ari.
Stidham.
Ira backwards.
Stidham.
Short for Ariel.
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 Yes, we were speaking a little bit before
Ariel,
about,
Yes.
some secrets.
Yeah. Listen, as somebody who has such a difficult name, does that happen a lot with your name? Like, do you get a lot of pronunciations?
I've never ever gotten the correct pronunciation the first time.
Really?
Yeah, every time I would be in like class in elementary or middle school, the teachers would, like a substitute teacher the first day of class, it would always be like, all right, Ariel, every time, Ariel. And it's like, well, actually I go by Ari, and like every time there's some Nelson from The Simpsons type of kid like laughing in the friggin' corner.
Right.
I'm sure you're laughing at them now, though.
Yeah, it's a pretty name.
It's
a pretty name.
It
Yeah.
is. Susannah, you never
Yes.
had that problem.
Oh, yeah, I did.
Are you kidding me? Susannah Kim?
Okay, yeah, but try growing up in Virginia where everybody's black or white and you're the one Asian kid. They're like, oh, it's got to be like Susannah because she looks weird. So, no, I'm sorry. But yeah, it was weird. Yeah.
It was weird. It's
Susannah.
and you're like, it's just
Susanna, and because I have the H at the end,
I
it's a
get
little
it.
odd.
Okay, you're right.
It's a little weird.
It's a little, but
Yeah.
the Kim is easy.
Yeah, Kim's
What do
easy.
you get?
Well, they call me Kim usually.
Well, my name, if we're talking about like when I sign up to stuff, my name is Montserrat.
when she gets coffee, it's Susannah.
When I get
Montserrat.
Montserrat.
Yeah.
If you're asking my mom, it's Montserrat.
Montserrat.
Wow.
If you're asking
Monster rat.
And I've got
Like,
that.
I'm very sorry, but that's what my head goes
Monster
to. Like the bully at school would
I
do.
never even thought of that one.
Are you
Monster
kidding me?
rat.
I got that all the time.
See, I didn't go
I'm
to
so
school with
sorry.
her at that age. We must
right.
I'm not
past that when
calling
we
you a
went to school.
monster rat.
By the time we went to school, you were Mouse. I
Mouse.
think.
I got mouse in high school, but Montserrat was like a total thing. I got rat a lot. And
I
I just
heard
was
that.
like, Mouse was the nicest one
Right,
out of all the
right,
ones I ever got. But high school, you're right. Mouse was like a
Which is
thing.
Mouse and Rat. That's interesting. I didn't think of that.
Right? But rat
Huh,
just sounds
yes,
so
right.
not fun. Like, right?
Yeah,
I don't
no.
know. No.
Montserrat.
But Montserrat. Anyways.
I forgot where we were for a
Wait,
second.
right? Guys.
You guys are here.
Listen, and we have no
I
champagne
want to see
this
who's
week.
joining us. Yes, yeah, right.
Right? Who's
right.
joining us? We have a live chat going on
Yes,
right now.
I'm going to figure that out. Hold
Let's
on.
do that. But, Ari, we told people you were going to be here, and we got a couple questions on Twitter that I guess we can get that going while you figure out who's in the
Yes.
chat today.
You have the questions from Twitter?
I do have some of them
I have-
in front
yes,
of
I
me
have some
right
too.
now. Somebody wanted to know. So in the last episode, at the end, huge episode, by the way. We'll get into that because I do want to pick your brain on last week's episode, not this week. But somebody on Twitter, Senate Says, that is, who asks this question. At the end, you have caught Paige and Walter in the closet. Everybody's kind of seeing them. And Ray throws up that apple. He drops the apple. This Twitter viewer says that it looked like you wanted to laugh. Did you want to laugh? And if so, was it hard to hold that in?
What a great question. Kevin and I have spoken about this moment a couple times.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah, and I wish he were here.
I wanted to ask him
because
so
because
bad.
then he'd be able to say what he told me, which was before the take, he'd done it like 5 or 6 times, and we'd all if you watch everybody else, to their credit, they are very good at keeping a straight face. And they're just sort of standing there doing the thing, like, here we are alive in the scene. But there's not really like a moment where they like react to it. And Kevin just sort of was like rubbing the back of his neck, and I thought, okay, I'm gonna work with him because it's a comedy moment. It's gonna play on him, but none of us can really tell. So this time, I'll give him something. And that was the one take I did where I even acknowledged what he was doing. Everything else, I was just like, I would say my line and I'd like sort of look forward and be in the scene. But that was the one take where I looked at it and I was like. But you could tell that I was like happy that I was doing it.
And it was, and that's the one they chose to really use.
Sly doesn't hate Ray. That's my belief in them using it because they're far smarter than any of us, the people cutting the show and writing the show. I'm definitely just a cog, but they wouldn't use it if they didn't think it was usable. So
for sure.
I totally thought Was I holding back the laugh? Yeah. Was it Jimmy Fallon like level? Absolutely not. I've watched it. I'm real with myself, right? I'm not a bad actor. Am I a bad actor?
Not at all.
Oh my god. I'm losing it.
Awesome.
Not at all. And I've said this to you before. You've been here 3 years now, which we appreciate so
awesome.
much that you have sat here literally season after season. And I've said it to you, like, it is so impressive to see you here because you are not Sly. You are not Sly.
Not even close.
I really like rolling in here and doing just like me. Cause like a lot of the time I do roll out of bed like in a Hawaiian shirt, like I'm gonna go do my life. So here I am. Yeah, it's fun. Playing a part that started off really in not in the background, but just sort of as a part of the show, but more like a part of the fabric, not necessarily the forefront.
For sure.
And just being able to feel my own growth, like in my craft, but also as a character on the show, and seeing Sly grow and feeling like I'm a part of it. It's really crazy because I am not Sly, So it really is like me, my acting is like a part of it. So thank you, because it's how I sleep at night.
Listen, I told you that. I've told you that from the beginning, and I mean it till this moment. And to go with that, we actually have another question from Twitter from JustCuz07, who actually asks, Sly has grown so much. What are you hoping to see for Sly's personal development on season 4?
I just want to see him make bold choices and take risks in his personal life. At the end of this season, he was like, Cabe, there's a woman who like loves the hell out of you. I had that scene with him a bunch, for a bunch of different reasons. But like, I think he's ready, if not for love, then for risks, big risks like that. I think it'd be cool to see him fall on his. There's always been talk about geniuses dating, and when Walter was dating around with the fermented fish jokes, and the explosion episode with all the, she's the bomb strapped to her.
Right.
Brooke Nevin, wonderful actress. Anyway, that sort of storyline, I feel like you can appropriate that storyline to any of our characters, and it would be different TV.
Yes.
So I just think that who the hell would Sly date? Who the hell would Cabe date? And it's like the last person Sly ever did anything with. I mean, they've already made fun of. He's still a virgin, right? So he's married and a virgin. And that, take from that what you will. And then secondly, she was like sick when they started.
Right.
So is there even a real relationship there, or is it just human connection? And are we going to get to see Sly ride horseback, with somebody with a reunited song or something like that? I don't know.
Yeah, are we going to see Sly without the masking tape around his
That's what someone was
wedding
just
ring
asking.
finger?
Yeah, Ari, do you think Sly will ever stop wearing his wedding band?
I hope they play a slow game with it. I like the idea. I don't want to share too much of what I know. But what
Are you sure though?
I am sure.
something in
I
the
am
works,
sure
though.
because it's the fun of the show.
For sure.
There's not like massive spoilers, but just a lot of the inspiration for the show, right?
Yeah.
When we first started out, Nick Santora showed me a lot of clips, and he always mentions like these movies just in passing that I should watch. And I watched all of Taxi, Judd Hirsch, like the old TV show,
For sure.
Andy Kaufman, Christopher Lloyd. And there's this episode with Christopher Lloyd where he and his father just don't get along, and it's one that Nick told me about. And it's like, the vibe of the episode is just the vibe of Scorpion. Even though it's an action-adventure show, it's all about these two characters, and they can't connect. They can't talk to each other. At the end of the episode, they're fighting. It's not going well. Christopher Lloyd's like sitting alone in his apartment, and his phone rings, and he picks it up, and his dad, I'm getting emotional because I love TV. And he picks up the phone, and he knows it's his dad, but his dad doesn't say anything. It's just, he's playing a record of You're the Sunshine of My Life. And it's like, I don't know how else to describe it. It's like family, and
For sure.
it's like very vague and thematic, but like when you get specifically what they're trying to achieve, it's like really, really fun to get into. And I think specifically the tape is like an element of that type of storytelling and of that type of vibe, you know, that the show is.
Listen, I look for the tape every episode. But going back to that, like you're describing the emotion, you know, did you feel the emotion that we felt when Paige and Walter finally revealed, like you as Ari, and then you as Sly? You know what I mean? Because that's two different things.
Yeah. Look, me as Ari, I've seen it all. Kiss whatever. You know what I mean? Like, I've seen everybody do everything. I'm an actor. It's whatever. Live your best life. But for the characters, yeah, it was fun to play. Surprise. I got to do it a bunch of different ways. Sort of surprise, fear, like, oh, thank God already, laughter. And there's like a lot of different ways you could go with it because it's such a specific moment that they're going to carve it out in post. So it's always cool to see those big moments because that's how they decided to do it. Like,
So is the cast all like excited about it when the script comes out and you guys realize that's what's happening today? You know?
when I read these last two episodes, we read them as one and we shot them sort of together because their locations are the same. The following one and this one that we just shot. When I read them, first of all, I was just like so grateful because I've never had stuff as like funny specifically. Specifically for me, written. I'm like gesticulating so much. I'm not used to playing myself on camera. But basically, when I read the two scripts, I realized that A, I had a lot of work to do, and B, I was going to be sitting in the makeup chair a long time to put that beard on. Because the second episode, I'm like in beard, and I'm like, there's a couple things where I'm clean shaven, but most of them I'm in fake stubble too.
So you didn't grow that out?
No, this is since we wrapped.
Wow.
This is
that's pretty thick.
That's pretty good.
That's pretty thick.
Yeah.
But I told you while
I
we're
drink a lot of
sitting,
milk.
That's where it comes from.
that preview, we see this beard. It actually looks like it could be your actual.
Yeah, it looks pretty legit.
It
I like
looks
it.
legit.
Department
They
did
did
a
a great
wonderful job. Yeah.
Give it up to them.
Yeah.
Some of the unsung heroes
Yeah,
of
amen
Hollywood.
to that. Catherine James.
Yeah.
Loretta James DeMasi.
I literally was like, oh man, he must have grown that out for 3 months.
Yeah.
Like,
I did not.
I know.
I did not. TV is magic. Yeah.
How long ago did you guys stop filming?
We wrapped in early April.
So not that long ago, but last month.
That was just
A month?
Yeah, like I'd say it's like
Just a few weeks ago.
3.5 weeks.
Yeah.
That's not long at all.
And when you break and you have these several weeks and almost months, because you guys take a big break. You don't come back almost till October.
No, as far as
the audience.
yeah, when we take this long break, we're shooting. They're writing already.
They're already writing.
Oh,
But
very
do you
cool.
miss it? Or you're like, oh, I want to get back on set.
Well, of course. Like, as a human being, you miss the structure that you build your life around,
That's
right?
true, yeah.
It's like, it honestly feels like a breakup every time the show ends because there's like, why am I waking up in the morning? You know, like a little bit. But no, I do other stuff too. It's just, it's all encompassing of your life. And it also, something that sort of picked me out of the room above the garage at my parents' house and made me a real dude. So it's like,
Yes.
it is everything. You know what I mean? So I do miss it. There was an article that somebody wrote on Charlie Hunnam after Sons of Anarchy ended, and he was like, "Oh, I'm really gonna miss my character." And he was talking about how he said goodbye to the character and like spent a bunch of time there. And my time off of not playing Sylvester, I'm going like, I am not anxious about shit, and I need to be. Like, I need to add stakes to my life because there's nothing that I'm doing at all that's making me go like, oh, get out of here. And I'm like very, yeah, we'll get some green tea.
Get some green tea. Yeah, totally. We just have to tell you, we have loved this season so much, and it's like
That's awesome. Thank you.
The thing about it is that you guys are a very powerful cast. It is not a one actor-driven show. We constantly are complimenting all of you in the way the stories are developed. Give it up to the writers. Like, man, you guys are a team.
It's a full package.
It is a full package watching the show.
Thank you. First and foremost, thank you. As like a cast member, a part of a show where we're constantly tossing the ball back and forth, I forget that that's not what every show is like. I had a spot first season on Insecure, and they're shooting a second season, and I don't know what's happening, but maybe. And when I was there, very different. Everything was very different, and it was structured differently, and it's not bad. It's just different.
Right.
It's a different show, and it's not 6 people in every scene going like math and science and behavioral therapy and what about Walter and Paige and we got a kid with us and Ferris Bueller, and it's just a different show. So I forget.
Yeah.
I just sometimes forget that it's like not
How awesome it is, the environment.
just that we're not going to ever do it again.
Yeah.
Like that's the thing that's so crazy, is that the 6 of us are never going to be in the same room doing the same dialogue the way that we are now ever again. And
Right.
like I try and remind myself that every day. Like this is like sort of, one of our producers says, rarefied air. It's like there's not many other experiences quite like this. I've been giving it all to you because there's the camera here, but hi.
I'm here.
But yeah, it just feels like there's not going to be time exactly like this where we're a team. We are a team.
Yeah.
We are. It's weird.
It
Very
is.
weird. I don't know how else to describe it. It's like
No,
we
you
work
really
together
are
to
part of
look like
Scorpion.
we're working. We work together to look like we're working together.
For sure.
Yeah,
Right.
and everybody pulls their weight, and it's like keep on hitting this friggin'. Everybody's doing their own thing.
No, you definitely
know.
seem like a family, and yeah, and I follow a lot of you guys on Instagram and like social media and stuff. So it's interesting seeing like your relationships between each other. You know,
Awesome.
even outside of just Scorpion. And then also I told Monse that I watched there's like the finale of season 2. There's a producer's commentary version of it on CBS that I love watching. It comes on after every new episode, so I rewatch. I've watched it 2 or 3 times. But
Oh,
listening to Nick Santora and Nick Wooten. Oh, they are so funny.
Yeah, they're really funny.
Hilarious dudes,
Yeah.
and you can tell by the things that they say and the
Yeah,
jokes that they talk
they're
about,
really
little
smart.
bits that they put in. Like, gosh, you can see that you guys are such a smart, funny, fun family, and
Yeah,
inside
it's-
jokes and oh god, I love it.
It's been an awesome ride thus far. I can't wait to come back for season 4.
Yeah.
And we can't wait to see what happens. Let's get into this week's episode, which is part 1 of 2 for the season finale. Oh man, we're coming to the end of it, and October probably when we'll see you again, or the season is probably going to start October. Do you know?
you on TV again?
We start shooting July 6th.
Okay, because I
Ooh.
feel like the last, at least for sure, last season started in October. You know?
Yeah.
like a little later than the normal. Like I felt fall lineup.
Yeah,
It
it was
started
like
in October.
a 2-part.
Yes. So you already start shooting in July, but let's talk about this episode, Maroon 8. I thought of Maroon 5. We love all the names, by the way, for the episodes.
I like all the fart titles this
All,
season.
every single name. It's so
punny.
clever.
They love their puns.
It's like Friends.
Right.
The one with, same thing. We got to reference Friends almost every episode.
Every time.
Almost every single one. But this episode, I actually really liked it. I wasn't expecting to like it as much as I did. I thought it was going to be a little bit drawn out because it was a 2-part episode, so I was expecting it to be a little slower. To me, it wasn't. I felt like there was a lot of stuff that happened with the character development, with the relationships, like with you. You going crazy. Listen, you're losing your mind.
It made me excited that you were gonna be here.
Yeah,
today.
like it's
Yeah.
crazy because I'm the furthest thing from a genius. So if I was in a situation where I calculated the fact that I'm probably gonna die,
Yeah.
I would lose all of my mind, every single part of it. How was that for you? When you read the script, you're like, man.
You sort of hear echoes and little like you get thrown like little doves with notes on their feet, like sort of a couple weeks beforehand. People say, just letting you know, you're gonna go a little Colonel Kurtz. Like you're gonna sort of go off the deep end. So get ready
How
and like
exciting.
start building something. And I had just I had like a sort of a seed of an idea of like how I was going to do it. And you'll see really next episode, and we'll see if it paid off. Hopefully it does. Because that last scene was funny and fun, but like we had to shoot it. We just had to shoot it like at a different moment, so it wasn't as centralized is what the next stuff you'll see with me and the beard and sort of where he goes and how he gets there. But the fatalist thing, right? Once it was explained to me that he does the numbers and he figures out that there's no way that anybody is going to survive this. And also adding, I don't know if, I can't recall if the line's still in there, but there was a line that said, it sort of added, and all of our other missions too. Like that adding into all of the math. We always cheat death. We all, like all of this shit.
You're good.
All of this stuff that we do is so freaking crazy and like high octane next level. And just the fact that like we're all alive and on this island, like Ralph is alive.
Right.
Our Scotty, we saved him.
Right.
You know, there's like things that just happen, and it's cool to have a character go, this isn't supposed to happen.
Right.
Yeah, and it almost felt like we were shooting The Leftovers or something, because I was like, you guys don't. It felt like I knew something that they didn't, you know? Like, I know what's coming.
Yeah.
And I'm sure of it, and our minds are completely different. Like Collins, I really felt like I was playing sort of an offshoot of that style of genius who's like
Totally.
lost it, gone a little too far.
Actually, I didn't think of that, but you're right. Very Collins like, and it's interesting because every episode, you know, I say this. I was like, guys, it got crazy in this episode, but we know they're gonna survive, and then we get through it. And then to have an episode where you don't get through it.
Yeah, they didn't. Complete the
you
mission.
didn't
Well, I
complete-
mean, they didn't. Yeah, the mission was not completed successfully.
It's like you think at the moment when you threw that flare, or when Walter throws the flare, you're like, okay, that ship's gonna come back.
Yeah.
Because that's just automatically what you think when it comes to Scorpion.
Yeah.
And then it doesn't.
Look, sometimes you can call where a show goes.
And yeah.
I don't know if anybody could call what happens these last 3 episodes.
No.
I think when I read the scripts, I was like, whoa, whoa, whoa. So, I mean, there's stuff. There's going to be stuff that you guys are going to like. I don't know if I'm allowed to share it. But like,
For sure.
I don't even want you to share.
yeah, I don't want to either.
I want to watch it.
It's fun, but it's like, you know, there's also like, there's talk that the show will be different. We don't know what that is. It's fun and it's new, and there's like other things, but there's talk that next season the show might change. So
Like what we were talking about.
What if we're just geniuses on an island? I don't know. I wouldn't
Oh
break
my
that on us.
God.
I wouldn't
No,
break
I don't
that.
think that's
Yeah,
gonna happen.
It's not gonna
But
happen.
still.
That's not gonna
But you
happen.
know what I mean? Let your minds wander. Let your minds.
For sure.
Even the idea
Tune
of the
in.
show being like formatted differently, or you know, like things that we were talking about. Like we would love to see episodes where we just get like a backstory on, you know, a certain character,
Like
or
a
whatever.
history of your life,
Sort of
like when you were a
Lost,
child.
like actual Lost, because this one's a lot like Lost.
A lot like
A
Lost.
lot like Lost, and in Lost they have that. Oh, I'm just so excited.
There's a lot of flashbacks.
Oh, you love that.
I just, that's all I wanted.
There's a lot of. No, I'm just lying. There's just a lot. No,
Okay, you're good. Get out.
No, all I know is what's in the last episode. I haven't read any scripts for season 4. I doubt they're finished with any scripts, but I'm sure they're working on stories, and I just hope I get to work with more animals. That's my big hope, too, is that I can work with more animals. The chickens, the chameleons. You know.
That little thing was so cute.
You know that I. This is like, I'm telling you the beginning, and it's going to be happy in the beginning, and then I got to tell you that this story ends in tragedy. I adopted the chameleons off of set, and they lived at my house with me in my office. They were both named Mitchell. There were 2, because picture chameleons. And then tragedy struck,
I don't.
and they've perished.
No.
But watching them, I just want to dedicate my performance to Mitchell and Mitchell.
Mitchell and Mitchell.
Aw, that's. How long did you have him for?
Like 2.5 weeks.
Aww.
It was pretty recent.
I'm sorry. We need to get you another.
It's a little.
chameleon.
It's a little bit sad and funny.
A little bit.
because
I agree with.
It's like it's funny that I'm bringing it up here. It's not funny that they perished.
No,
but,
not at all.
So they really do need to write a new pet in for you, just to get
what
you over
happened to
this.
Farrah Bueller?
Yeah, bring back Farrah
Yes!
Bueller. Yeah, no, really, what did happen to Farrah Bueller? Did he get adopted out?
I'm not trying to throw anybody in the bus. I love playing with that ferret on set. That's all I'm saying.
Ferrets
He was
are
a very
awesome.
sweet ferret.
Ferrets are so
It made
fun.
my job experience
They can
20
be
times
a
better.
We got the live chat. Poor Mitchells. They're also sad about it.
You guys, I posted on my Instagram so many videos of these. I'm doing this like old man. I'm just doing old man one of these. Great, professor. There was a day where I had a video of them and they were hugging each other.
Oh!
And I took a picture from the video and put it on Instagram. And hours later.
No!
Like literally hours later.
It's like they knew.
It's like they knew.
And so they perished together?
Well, like you're. This is so.
Can't handle this.
Should I go into this? Should
I
I
mean,
go?
maybe not.
No,
let's
no.
not. But
Let's talk about the episode.
Let's talk about the
this
episode.
later.
I'm not working at the hospital anymore.
Oh, with this episode.
I don't have any pets. I used to.
I'll get you a chameleon. Okay, so this episode, we got a lot of you.
There's
This-
flashbacks.
There's
Okay, yeah,
such
back
good
to the
stuff. Such good. In this episode, very lost. Plane crash. Everyone survives, which is very rare. But Scorpion defies all odds. We've learned that they can get through a lot. But not only are you guys stuck on this island trying to get out, but you're literally saving somebody's life as you're trying to get out.
Yeah.
Your guest star, co-star, Scotty Rockman Dunbar.
Rockman Dunbar.
Great.
Awesome.
So great. So you guys have the best guests and co-stars.
We get a lot of great talent.
You really do. I know she wasn't, but like Allie, like Cabe's love interest.
Yeah.
We love.
Yeah.
I mean, I hated her for a
Great
second, but I
Right.
love her.
She's such a great woman
You-
too. Just in life. She's
As a
so,
person, yeah.
So nice.
She
yeah.
comes off that way, yeah.
She just like. She walks in and she's like light.
Just-
Yeah.
oh,
He's like,
Yeah,
"Great
that's
girls
how she
here."
is,
Yeah.
And you see that. You
Yeah.
totally see that.
And he when he becomes a puddle, I'm a huge Robert Patrick fan, right? But working with him like has really helped me appreciate him. And when he says when he first meets her, "Hi, my name's Gabe."
Yeah.
Gabe. He says Gabe. He like improvised.
Oh, really?
It was so funny. I can't get over that.
So good, so good. But seriously, you
Both
guys
of
have
them
such great supporting cast around you
Thanks.
in every episode, which just goes to show really how talented this whole show is.
Wiseman.
Where
Yeah,
are
right?
you? You better be feeling better.
Yeah,
all right?
right.
Because if you're just at home watching this, drinking champagne, I'll be upset. So much in this mission, but not just the mission. Like I said, I really like the character development with the relationships. We talked about this last week. How much more are we gonna find out about Happy? Happy's got a lot of secrets, yo.
Yeah.
They opened the door to a new game.
Like-
Who's Happy dated? What
Jake
careers has she had?
Gyllenhaal.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome.
So
right?
is he gonna be in the finale? That's all I want to know.
Are we gonna be-
Oh my god, that's all I wanted to know.
That was epic.
Yeah.
That was so epic. Almost as epic as finding out that she recorded a single
Right.
in Portugal. That
I'm waiting. Season 4, there better be like a musical episode with. I mean, there's a lot of. It seems like there's
You're
a lot of
musically
musical people.
I
talented.
am. I do
On the
music.
cast.
It's fun. Catherine Elias.
all of you.
Yeah,
So I
Robert sings
assume
now.
if they're
Yeah.
dropping that, Happy's got a single. I assume that the actress can sing. Jaden, maybe she's a singer as well. I would love to see a musical episode.
You know, she did sing for us in that episode, the Christmas episode.
She
did,
did.
a
Yeah.
little
She
bit.
did.
But as for me and Santa, we believe. I believe was the line. And yeah, as you can tell, she's got pipes.
That would be great.
We-
I would
we're-
love to see that.
Yeah, we were super excited about that because it's just this kind of like dropping little hints that there's more to Happy.
And at the end of a season, for them
Right.
to start, giving us new stuff about a character.
Yeah, and so much in this episode, so much, and to go with like Toby, who's like, who are you, my beautiful bride?
Right.
And just using those beautiful terms to describe her,
love-
like
yeah.
he's the sweetest when it comes to Happy. So sweet. But we also have Walter, who doesn't know how to be in love, who's like trying to
Being a
figure it
putz.
out.
He's in love.
You
with-
call him a putz.
I do. I say you're acting like a putz. And he's doing the gear thing.
Mhm. That whole interaction was great because he wasn't very Walter, and you weren't being very sly.
Yeah.
The way
it
you're
was-
calling him out, it was
yeah,
great.
You could really see where the world was. And, like, there's a
Like, where are
status,
we?
the status switch, and he's sitting down there, and I'm like, you're an idiot. You're like literally an idiot. Yeah. As a,
Yeah.
It's always fun. The gum in that scene made us laugh.
Yes.
We couldn't. Elias and I couldn't keep our shit together for like a good 5 minutes because the idea that I'm splitting it in half was such like a novel idea. So I was like, oh, we'll save a little bit for later. Like made us really laugh, and every time we did it, we couldn't get through it. It's fun.
I loved how it tasted bad. Like that was like a running joke
Yeah.
where it was like, this is just the worst tasting gum
Right.
Yeah.
ever. And like the description of it is like, oh, I don't want that gum either.
Yeah.
None of that sounds delicious.
Yeah, raspberry mint.
Oh goodness, not at all. Not at all. But
The crash sequence. I just got to say, the
Let's
crash
talk
sequence.
about it.
We shot that over like 2 days, and we shot it on the inside of a plane on one of our sound stages.
Really?
2 directors, like 4 camera operators, 8 actors, and it was like 12 pages of dialogue for both episodes. It was the hardest scene we've ever shot, and I just want to say, watching it, I was proud of every friggin' moment. I just gotta like say, because if there's people for the show watching, that like made the episode, and everybody's work paid off.
so hold on, this island
Pat
is in a
everybody on the back.
soundstage.
The island is not.
The island
inside of the
is-
plane.
plane
like
was.
before
But
they
the
crash.
plane when they crash.
When we were flying and everything,
yes.
they rigged it up 30 feet in the air on us in a sound stage.
So you were really shaking what you're seeing, like that's happening to you.
Yeah, they were shaking the rig that we were on.
Wow.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's incredible.
Very, very Universal Studios backlog.
Totally, it's like you're on the earthquake
Yeah,
portion
exactly.
of the tour inside of a plane. Oh, that's awesome. And what about now I'm curious. I'm just curious. The wide shot of what is the island? Where was that shot?
That was shot at Westward Beach in Malibu, California. So
Malibu.
it's like there's like free Zuma, and so here's Zuma on PCH, and
Yeah,
there's
yeah.
like free Zuma over here, which is also called Westward Beach, and then you pay past free Zuma to go to the actual Westward
Paid
Beach.
Zuma.
I see.
Yeah, but,
Okay.
but those rocks, that's where we shot Boy in the Well, season 1.
Oh,
It's the same
okay.
beach.
Okay.
That's how good our crew is. We shot the same location. You really can't. I couldn't
No.
tell in
Yeah.
any of it. And then also the original Planet of the Apes, the Charlton Heston one. That's where the Statue of Liberty was. At like the end, the big reveal. They shot it there.
That's awesome.
So it's a storied Malibu film location. I'm glad you asked.
Yes,
Yeah.
because it looked awesome. I was like, this can't be like a green screen. This looks too legit.
And then we shot at the South Coast Botanical Gardens for a lot of like shrubbery stuff. We do a lot of stuff there.
Oh, in the jungle.
Yeah, in the jungle,
Yeah.
like the right type of wildlife, banyan trees and such.
Very cool.
I made videos for Yahoo TV's Instagram that document us shooting these episodes. There's 6 of them at Yahoo TV on
Yahoo,
Instagram.
guys, Yahoo
you
TV.
And then at Ari Stidham on Instagram. You can see them if you want like pictures, commentary on like what it was like to be there. I made stuff.
Check that out.
If you're not following him already, you should. You should get on it right now. That's all. That's all. You're gonna get
some of that.
way better access to Sly than what we can give you. So you might as well follow him, right? Exactly. But yeah, I mean,
Sorry, I just keep on derailing your show.
no, you don't. Are you kidding me? That's why you're here.
You are
I
the
want you to
show.
derail everything. I want you to just run the show, please,
about.
please.
What are they saying at home?
That's haven't. Let me see.
Okay, let's see.
I knew that beach looked familiar, so some people might have recognized it.
I have to wait for this. to
Everybody
catch
in
up.
the live chat, we haven't thanked you. Thanks for being here. Thanks
Yes.
for being here week
Oh,
after
some of you
week.
smarter than me.
Yes.
Saw
Oh, I
it.
see some new names again.
Thank you all for
Mayla
being
Smith, Urson Roden,
On Instagram.
and then some of our regulars: Kristen Schweibert, Michelle A, Ivan Soto, of course, ooh, Alvin John. I love when I see new names. Cynthia Guzman. We got all our regular people.
Thank
Full
you.
capacity.
You guys like
Love you guys.
You guys like riddles? You know any riddles?
What?
I'm always looking for new riddles. I'm trying to derail the show. I got the yes. I'm yes-anding what her thing
What
was.
just happened is.
You guys know any riddles? Go ahead and
Listen,
type in
all
some
right,
riddles.
if you have any riddles-
Susannah will share them with us. And
That's
We'll
what's
get the
gonna
riddles. I
happen.
have a question. I don't even know if you can answer it, but I do have a question. So
Yeah.
if you can answer it, it's totally understandable. But it's we're told in this episode that the plane was taken off course and that the pilot didn't know. Is that going to come back in this next episode? Why were you guys on a different course, or it just was like a fluke?
one more time.
So
Yeah,
you were
wait, are you
supposed-
asking me? Are you asking me if it's like specific in the plot and it'll come back? in
Like,
the
is
next
there
episode?
a reason?
Oh no, and that was the happenstantial purpose for us. Get like
Okay, so it was a
basically
fluke.
when the plane took off, there was always already stuff that was wrong with it.
But there's no
Yeah.
reason. It's not. When I heard this, I was like, "Is Scorpion here for a reason?
No.
Is somebody kidnapping them in a sense?
Oh, you know,
I didn't even think of that.
perhaps.
Sure, you're a good actor.
Ready with that one.
Ready? Thanks.
We're
Thanks,
here. Ari Stidham's taking over AfterBuzz TV with Scorpion. This is
With riddles, apparently.
the Stidham Variety Hour. If you have any riddles, please email them in to us at Susannah Kim.
Right.
Or
That's
just
exactly
put it in the live chat. You don't have to email anyone.
Yeah, there's a live chat
Whatever.
at AOL Instant Messenger at Skinarf21.
All right. Well, I have a couple things here.
Oh,
All right.
read
Were
it.
these 2 episodes inspired by the Discovery Channel show Flight 29 Down? Do you know at all? I've never even.
I don't know. I think it was just, how do we maroon them on an island?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Like, how can we actually explain why they're here?
Yeah.
Totally. And I just was curious because I was like, since it's a 2-part episode, maybe there's a reason why they're here, an ulterior motive from somebody else.
It really could.
It could.
be.
Listen, I wouldn't be shocked. Scorpion is famous. Like, everybody's looking for you guys.
That's my favorite part about our show is that every now and then we'll be watching the news and we'll see ourselves on the news. Like,
Yeah.
It's pretty cool. No big deal.
No big deal. I love all that. I love how Scorpion, the name is like a worldwide thing in the
Yeah.
show. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
Team
speaking of
Scorpion.
worldwide things, I'm on Etsy and I'm selling mugs of my face. We're here at the Ari Stidham Show, Variety Hour, and I
goes
just
with the
I
riddles.
just wanted to say, if you have any riddles, 2 riddles for one of the mugs. Any of them? Any of them?
Susanna's
Yeah,
doing great.
nothing yet.
Sweating
We
on
have
myself.
some up there.
No requests for nothing yet.
No riddles?
No. No
Are you
riddles.
hating this?
No one wants a mug. No
Nobody
one.
wants
No one wants
I
a
want a
mug?
mug with your face on it. I'll drink during
Actually, yeah, we probably would drink.
with the mug
You're
with your
right,
face
yeah.
on it.
Yeah?
Stop
That
it.
actually seems appropriate.
Are you
yeah.
kidding me?
Why wouldn't we drink out of Sly while we're covering
all the
Scorpion?
time.
That makes sense.
Oh, this is done, guys.
right.
Done. We're
We'll
gonna
do that
have
right now.
Sly.
So I need
mugs in
4
the season.
riddles in order to leave them with 2 mugs.
Yes.
So you guys can sponsor them. The riddles.
Okay, so apparently we need some riddles. If you guys could do
But,
me a favor.
I don't
Great.
think good.
Okay.
Up next, we've got one of Bruce Willis's nieces, and I went to kindergarten with her, and she's going to come in and tell us about what it was like to go to kindergarten with me.
That's-
So, ladies and gentlemen, here she is.
Floral Capacity said Ari should have his own radio show. She's only encouraging this.
Oh, that is wonderful. I do have my own radio show. It's
Yes.
paid for by AfterBuzz Television. And
Yes.
it has a little bit to do with Scorpion, but mostly it has to do with my artistic process, making these mugs. And of course, I'm trying to break ground with this band. After school, me and all my friends, we go to my cousin Dan's house. You know, we're just like 16, all of us. He gives us wine coolers, but he taught us all how to play guitar. So it's pretty good. It's pretty good.
How you doing, Susanna?
I'm alright. I'm doing good, baby. How you doing?
How you doing, baby?
I'm so sorry.
No,
I
are
just
you
want to
kidding
have
me?
fun.
What do you mean,
And
no?
what do you-
You should be sorry. What's happening here?
I'm having a great time.
What show is this?
I'm having a great time.
I want a mug.
What show is? Oh, shoot.
I want a mug. Listen, Isabella Newton
a mug, I
on
want a
the
mug.
chat. I'm gonna get a mug before you do, okay, Isabella? Let's get that straight first. Let's go to this more to this episode. Hold on, more to this
know, I
episode.
can't even.
More to this episode. I feel like in this episode, you guys did a lot of. Listen, this happens in other episodes, but you made a dialysis thing,
With
a
a coffee
blood
machine.
converter thing.
Coffee mate?
Like, man.
Like a Keurig.
Has there ever been a time where you're like reading your script and you're reading your lines and you're like, I literally have no idea what I'm about to say?
Yes.
Yeah, actually, that's true. Because Sly in particular.
Sly says so many things.
Mm-hmm.
Like I feel like you have a lot of numbers with your lines.
Yeah, the human calculator.
The human
Yeah.
how you must really have to work. Because I assume you can't. You know what I mean? You can't alter the lines when it comes
No,
to this stuff.
no.
In
no,
other
no.
shows, it's like, yeah, you
Yeah.
can say change it a little bit. You can't.
No, it's like perhaps an ad lib here and there.
Right. But your
mostly-
lines, you have to know your lines.
Yeah, there is, and even when I'm not doing something particularly geniusy, the way they're written, the way they're written, normally really is better than anything that we could come up with.
Yeah.
There's a line I say, I too have grown, I too have grown weary of the acrimony that has plagued what should be a wonderful final day. Something like that was like very flowery and like, it's in the next episode, and I remember thinking, this is so complicated to say, but I'm basically just saying I am also sad. But the joke is, it's really complicated to say. And that's like a lot of the things with Sly is, the joke is he's saying something that could take 8 words, but he's saying it with 20. And, it's like a million words.
Yeah.
And
Just
I
like
wish
that.
I wish I had it in my passive mind. I'm a passive active mind guy. So active mind to memorize goes into the passive mind, active mind to dance with the cameras and my other castmates. Passive mind to say the gobbledygook.
Listen, I hear your guys' lines and I'm like, okay. And then when we're here, I'm like, I'm gonna say this like a normal person as best I can.
Yeah.
You know, it's like I feel like some things are happening. Do you watch The Office?
Yeah.
And one of the things I refer to is when Michael wants to be explained what a surplus is.
Oh,
and he
man.
tells Oscar, he's like, okay, explain it to me like I'm 5. Like there are times when I'm sitting here and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna try to explain this to you like we're 7, so everybody gets it.
Yeah.
That
I have to explain myself the line.
Yeah, right.
Very, very stupidly, and then I need to assign something visual if I can't find it, like Spalding Gray. Like, that's how I learned how to do this. There's a Spalding Gray movie called Swimming to Cambodia, and he talks about how he needs to see something visual to remember a line. And I just took that, just lifted it. And if I don't understand what the hell I'm saying, I assign something to it, and I make sure I know what it is before I go on camera. But, a lot of the time it's like I'll rehearse saying a word a certain way, and it won't be the
correct.
It won't be the incorrect way. There just will be a preferred way for me to say it, and like Roscosmos,
Yeah.
Roscosmos. There's like different ways to say it, but if we all decide to say Roscosmos, that's everybody's saying it,
Right.
So sometimes you get a note. It's not bad. It's it's like, sometimes you get a note to do that, and it'll just mess you up. It'll just like throw a monkey wrench in everything.
I
you're
just
doing.
read all my lines.
Yeah. I didn't forget it. It's just I gotta say amiable. Like I gotta say something and hit, just the little notes. They're difficult, but totally doable.
No, I hate to say we're coming kind of close to the end of the show.
Oh
but
my gosh.
I
went so
know.
quickly.
I'm not even halfway through what I prepared.
And I have something that
I got a tight 5 on
There's like
car
5
washes.
other guests coming through.
I actually have a question. So one of the things that for me that I haven't loved has been Sly's political campaign.
Alderman.
Of West Altadena.
Yes.
Yeah.
I love Allie. I love
that too. I loved
all that. But I felt like it was drained out too long for me to keep interest because it was like snippets in episodes, but it was very small. And we had to and I was like, Sly is so much better than this. Sly's above this council, Altadena. How do you feel about it? Is it just us as an audience?
I mean, I don't want to. It's so funny to that I'm doing. I have a political storyline this year.
Yeah.
Because everybody who watches the show, who's also close to me in my personal life, it always becomes the same conversation. What I will say is, Sylvester would make a damn good president.
Oh, 100%.
And I don't think I don't think it's lost on him, and it's certainly not lost on me as an actor that it'd be great to have a really smart person.
For sure.
But I don't want to shoot shoot the moon. You know what I mean? I want to say maybe a gubernatorial race or something like that. Local government is so great and it's inspiring because it part of it is saying, if you want to try to change your surroundings, if you care about something like eminent domain, you could go and take action, arms against whatever you think is not happening. So that's what I love about that storyline, but I think it is small potatoes.
That's what it is, because you're right. You're 100% right. It's a good message. You all can do whatever you say your mind to. But for Sly, it felt too small for me.
The scope of Scorpion. It's
They're so famous now.
West Altadena.
Yeah.
But it's and that's also for the character. He likes he's the little guy.
Yeah. And there's been actual scenes when it comes to when you were with you guys saved there was that guy that was I'm not gonna vote for you.
Oh, right.
And then you got Cabe out of the
the
ground
the sand hog.
Yes.
Yeah, Derek
That's great.
Phillips was that actor. Yeah.
That guy also great, and he was you got
from
my
Friday Night
vote.
Lights.
There have been really awesome moments. I just was Sly's so much better than this. What they're showing, but we've gotten some fun stuff. I just hope Allie stays from all of that's happened.
I also hope so too.
Right.
I am not a writer on the show, but I would love.
We yell at the writers all the time.
For her to
We talk to the writers all the time
We're
on
writers,
the show.
if
We don't
you're
know if anyone
listening.
watches, but we talk to them
All the time.
What do you guys say? What do you guys want more of? More happy. I know everybody wants more happy info, right? We already said that.
I mean, That's not.
We
It's not
just
just
talked about all
happy.
kinds of
Yeah,
stuff.
I mean, we want
How we
flashbacks
want the
on
show
everyone.
structured.
I
how
want
we
to know what Sly was like in 8th grade.
Yeah.
We want flashbacks on everyone.
Yeah, we want to
It'd
know
be
how
great.
everyone got to meet Walter and come to the
Yes.
business and join the team.
That's
I want
that's
origin
huge.
stories.
Origin stories
on everyone.
huge.
We want
Please,
on,
if
and
you
on
could get that back to
everyone.
anybody, yeah.
We would love that.
Real quick before we go, because a lot of people are wondering
Some
why,
riddles.
after a few weeks, is Sly the only one that has a huge full-on beard? Is what some people are wondering. Is that
Great
coming,
question.
Is that coming through?
Yes, that will be answered in the next episode.
Oh, awesome.
So you guys will know. So
a
Michelle
great
A
question.
has been asking that throughout, and I've been trying to get it in, but you've been busy with your riddles. So
You know, tangents.
by the way, there's a few riddles coming through here. So
Really?
yeah,
Like what?
you
Like
started
what? Like
like
what?
I don't know. There was
Only 20 seconds left.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Ish,
A
we're
lot of stuff
fine.
happening.
We're getting close to the end, guys. It's true.
I don't know.
It's true.
But yeah.
But we got riddles. We'll send them to you. We'll screenshot it to you. So you can put them on
Yeah.
your mug. Whatever you want.
I
Whatever
don't.
you
Yeah,
want, Ari.
there's something I can't find them now, but they were here.
Everybody, we have to say goodbye.
I know this one's so quickly.
This is so terrible. I want to turn this table over.
Okay, yeah.
Well, if you guys could just like leave your mics where they are. I got a Leslie Mann impersonator, and I have a Judd Apatow impersonator.
Stop it.
And I'm gonna be the mediator in there. I know they're never gonna get divorced, but I'm gonna be sort of doing like a one-act presentation of. It's a variety show, you know. It's the Ari Stidham Variety Hour. You got to keep it fresh. Got to keep it, you know, like a young hot couple.
Right.
You know, young hot couple. Judd Apatow, Leslie Mann.
For sure. Susanna seems really into it.
Yeah. I will be watching. I will be in your live chat.
Before we start saying bye, Susanna, is there anything else you want to add?
I don't even know. We barely talked about anything. There's so much that I wanted to talk about. We didn't
Can I
have
look at your
time 'cause
notes?
this guy.
This is all notes on.
All right,
Yes,
yeah, we
we're
gotta wrap.
wrapping up.
All right, fine.
See, don't worry, we're wrapping up.
Bye.
Everybody, we're wrapping it up. Okay, everybody, thank you for joining us. Seriously, we appreciate it so much. I know we didn't get as much into the episode as you may have liked, but what better way to spend the hour with Ari? Come on. Remember to follow him. Ari, say bye to everybody.
Goodbye at Ari Stidham, spelled Stidham, or from my band at Dr. TV 420.
And
There
is
you
there
go.
anything you want to tell us? Any upcoming projects that you want to tell,
Oh
share?
man, keep your eyes peeled for Curse of the Siren, which is my first movie that I directed with all of my
Hey!
friends. It's a low-budget sort of culty horror film, like you'd see at a drive-in back in the 80s.
Love
we tried
it.
to do a cool thing with it, and yeah, just aristidham.com. There's a lot of short-form content up there, just like comedy stuff that I've been making. So aristidham.com, at Ari Stidham on Instagram, and then for anything for my music, at Dr. TV 420 on Instagram.
You got that. Susanna, what about you?
There you go. You guys can find me at Susanna_Kim, SUSANNAH_KIM.
Everybody, seriously, thank you so much for being here. We will be here next week for the season finale of Scorpion. And then we have to wait several weeks and months. Maybe we'll have Kevin Wiseman here. We'll see. He's a little under the weather. That's why he's not here.
We miss
Maybe
him.
we'll see him. But if not, we will see you next week. I am Monse Bolanos. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram. Have a great night, and we will see you next week.
Bye.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.